Imagine flipping a coin. Heads, you make 100. Tails, you lose 100. Now imagine someone hands you the coin and says, you get to choose how hard you flip it. And most people suddenly feel more confident, and even though it changes absolutely nothing. Psychologists call this the illusion of control. The tendency to believe that we have influence over outcomes we don't actually control. Look, the illusion of control might be one of the most expensive mental traps a trader can fall into. Because trading has a strange way of convincing us that if we just work harder, analyze longer, or find one more confirmation, we can just eliminate uncertainty. But the market was never designed to give us certainty. Straight up, human beings don't like uncertainty. Like, we want to be sure. We like plans, schedules, predictability, control, and you know what? It's comforting. If we study harder, we expect better grades. If we train more, we expect better performance. And most of life rewards effort with predictable results. But trading doesn't. You can still make the perfect decision and still lose. And you know what? That feels unfair. So naturally, our brain starts searching for something that it can control. So that's when it begins, right? Another indicator, another moving average, maybe another mentor, another YouTube video, another Discord server, maybe another strategy. You keep switching things up and you tell yourself, I'm just going to try to improve. And improving is good, but sometimes improvement becomes avoidance. Because if you're constantly searching, you never have to accept the uncomfortable truth. There's no strategy out there that can remove uncertainty. And you know what? At first, having a checklist is a great idea. Having a trend correct, the support resistant levels, having the correct amount of volume, higher time frame, risk to reward ratio, and if everything lines up, you feel confident. These are all good. Then something strange happens. You start to add more. One confirmation becomes two, two becomes five, and five becomes 10. And eventually, you're not building confidence, you're building an illusion. Because confidence is not something coming from your process anymore, it's coming from the belief that enough confirmation can guarantee success, but they can't. It's just probability. And the market doesn't owe you a winning trade just because these confirmations line up. And so here's something interesting. So when traders lose, many don't simply think I lost money. They think, dang, I was wrong. And you notice the difference? One is an outcome, and the other is an identity. And that's when the illusion of control does. It convinces us that every loss reflects our intelligence, our skill, our worth. But probabilities don't work that way. Like, a casino can still lose money today and still one of the most strongest statistical edges in the world. One outcome, one payout for a jackpot that they gave out to a customer does not invalidate the process. Yet traders often judge themselves trade by trade. Look, professional traders don't try to control outcomes, they control preparation. And what are those? Like risk, position sizing, their execution, and everything else, they let go. They have no control over that because they've accepted something that most traders spend years resisting. Like, you can't control whether the next trade wins, or only whether you only the only thing that you can control is following your rules. Like, that's it. And ironically, accepting less control often creates better results. Like, you gotta detach from the outcome. Look, think about a pilot, right? Pilots don't control the weather, and farmers don't control the rain, and surfers don't control the wave. What do? They just adapt. Imagine a surfer screaming at the ocean because the waves wasn't perfect. Sounds ridiculous, right? Yet traders do the exact same thing every single day. They say the market should have not done that. It hunted my stop loss. It was manipulated. Maybe, maybe not, right? But none of those thoughts change the next decision. The market doesn't care how we feel. That it doesn't care how fair it feels. It just moves. It's got its own life. Your job is not to control it. Your job is to respond to it. One of the biggest mindset shifts in trading is realizing certainty is not the goal. Acceptance is. Accepting uncertainty, accepting losses, accepting randomness, accepting that sometimes the best trade still loses. Because the moment you stop demanding certainty from the market, something unexpected happens. Your mind becomes quieter. You stop chasing, you stop forcing trades, you stop trying to predict every single candle. Instead, you focus on something much, much more powerful, and that is consistency. So, look, here's the conclusion, right? The market has never asked you to predict the future, it has never asked you to be right every single time. It will never will. It only ask you one question: can you consistently execute your process without demanding certainty in return? Because the trader who survive aren't the ones who control the market. They're the ones who stop. They stop trying to, and maybe the greatest paradox in trading is the moment that you let go is often the moment you become a better trader. Not because the market changed, but because you did. Like, you just stop confusing preparation with prediction. You just stop confusing confidence with certainty. And you finally begin to realize that the only thing you were ever meant to control was yourself. So master your mind, master the market. This is NQ State of Mind. If you like this video, if you think it'll help you in any way, shape, or form, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help me out, and I'll see you later in the next video.